Hello party people, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Tori. Thank you so much for being here today. If you can hear heavy breathing, it's because my family dog Chance is with me in the room today. I'm currently home for the holidays, so the tree is still up and it is lit. But for today's video, I thought I would talk about some of my best purchases of 2022. Some of these things are fashion related and some of them are actually, I think, more lifestyle based. I really wanted to create like my most worn items of the winter or like the second half of the year, because I did do one based on all the things I wear a lot in the summer. However, I kind of realized that towards the end of 2022, I didn't spend as much money on fashion or on things as much as I did on experiences. I did spend quite a bit on books, but also I spent a lot of money towards the end of the year on non-tangible items like traveling to see my friends in Chicago, as well as like concert tickets. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with fashion, since this is a fashion channel. And the one thing that I will say I'm really happy that I spent money on this year are the realization parties. I literally have a collection now. I have 4. It started with this Realization Par and Elton John collaboration. This used to be way more vibrant, but because I've worn it so much and I've washed it so much, it's faded into pastels. This Exotica Erotica baby tee. And then for Black Friday for myself, I purchased the topless car one. Also got this Rodeo Clown long sleeve, which I've not yet worn, as you can tell by the tags still on them. Okay, Chance, can we relax? Okay, he's chilling. I know Realization Par came under a lot of flack this year because a lot of influencers and a lot of people online were like complaining about the quality of their clothing, specifically like they're more like nicer like blouses and dresses. I personally am a huge fan of these tops. I think I've gotten all of these in an extra large, but I just think these tops are perfect for me. They fit me so well. They cut off perfectly whenever I want like a nice cropped look. I think this is definitely one of like my own personal closet staples. Everyone's closet staples are different, but I just love these graphic cropped tees so much, and I keep wearing them over and over and over again, and they're also something that I always feel super confident in. These are faves for sure. The next fashion staple that I think I really got a lot of bang for my buck for this year were these Sunny's Studios sunglasses. I got these in the Philippines and they were literally $10 US. They've become my new favorite like pair of sunglasses. You can really tell like up close and like when you hold them that they aren't the most expensive feeling glasses. They're definitely just like plastic, but I just really love the shape of these. These are very clearly like modeled after the Celine glasses in this similar shape, and I've actually been thinking about purchasing those Celine glasses because I wear these ones so often. I've said this before that I am a big fan of buying like mid-tier expensive sunglasses, and I still stand by that, but I'm actually just genuinely surprised about how long these have lasted me. Like I haven't broken them. I took them to a music festival and I didn't break them. I've been wearing them all the time. I'll just throw them in my bag. So these were such a good purchase. I'm definitely like on the lookout for a nicer pair, like, but still these are getting the job done and definitely one of my favorite purchases of 2022. The third purchase I wanted to talk about is a handbag, and I feel like this brand is very controversial right now. I feel like some people might think it's weird that I'm showing this brand or that I like to wear this brand, but I'll explain why I kind of don't care in a second. But it is this Balenciaga city bag that I got secondhand at a consignment store in San Diego. I was able to get this for a really amazing deal. Part of it is because my mom and I consistently give our clothes to this specific consignment store, so we were able to rack up a lot of credit. So I think out of pocket, we paid maybe like $200 for this bag. And I know that Balenciaga is a very controversial brand these days, especially given the backlash of the most recent photo shoot. However, I kind of feel like the controversy of that like photo shoot has gone from like valid criticism and controversy, and it's kind of teetered more towards like Pizzagate levels of controversy. I'm being really vague about it, about the photo shoot, because I don't want to get demonetized for what it was, but I'm sure if you looked up anything like Balenciaga scandal, you will see very clearly what that was about. But I kind of feel like all these like public figures who are very openly and very publicly and very loudly talking about getting rid of all their Balenciaga, or like burning it or donating it or like selling it at a major discount, I don't think they're actually doing that to like make a stand. I think most people are doing this as a form of virtue signaling. I'm sure there are some people who are genuinely doing it because they think they're making a difference in the world, but I think for most of the public figures I've seen, I think they're just getting rid of their Balenciaga just to say like, yeah, I can afford a $5,000 bag, and you know what, I can just as easily like get rid of it and then replace it with a new one. And I feel like that really irks me and like doesn't sit well. I mean, I bought this bag secondhand. It's not going into the current sales of like the current Balenciaga creative house or anything like that. I just love wearing this bag because it is a bag that I've coveted ever since I was a teenager, and I am just like so grateful that like I could own a bag that I wanted when I was 13. I feel like it's really strange, and I also feel like so much of my own personal style literally was solidified when I was a teenager. Like the fact that I can own something like this and it didn't like, you know, break the bank, and it's still something that I can find ways to wear today is just something that I think is actually very cool. And it's definitely something I want to keep in my closet for a very long time. I love the silver hardware of it all, and I just feel like it's such a classic bag, and I've gotten so much wear out of it. I literally used it as like a weekender bag a couple weeks ago. But I love it. It's the perfect big bag for me. So grateful to have it, and so happy to have it be part of my wardrobe and part of my collection. The next fashion related staple I wanted to talk about is one I actually cannot find right now because I'm currently in the process of moving, so everything is everywhere. I really wanted to shout out these clogs that I purchased at the beginning of the year. If you've been following this channel for a while, you know I tried to do a month of no spending, but I ended up failing, and I failed buying these shoes. And these are the Brain Dead clogs. I'll throw up a photo on here. I don't know the exact name of this shoe off the top of my head, but I'm sure editing Tori will throw it in somewhere. If you follow this channel, you also know that I'm someone who doesn't really buy too many shoes, mostly because cool shoes don't often come in my shoe size. I feel like these shoes really just proved to me that I am a clogs girly. I've been wearing my Birkenstock Bostons for a while now. My foot's falling asleep. And I found these when I was shopping with my parents and my brother, and my mom got these shoes in silver, and I really wanted these in silver, but they only had my size in black, but I settled for black, and I love them. I think they're just so cool and they're so me. I have so many black shoes in my wardrobe, but I really love these shoes in particular because they have this really interesting texture on the top. It kind of feels like asphalt, or like you know, like the kind of ground that you like are playing on a playground on, and it has Vibram soles. And then it also just happened to be the year and the resurgence of the clog, which is really interesting. Now that I've broken them in, they're way more comfortable than they were at the beginning of the year, but I can totally see myself wearing these shoes for years and years to come. Even if they fall in and out of style, they're definitely a shoe happy to have kind of in my closet, kind of in my back pocket, if you will. So these are one of my most favorite investments of the year for sure. Okay, the next fashion thing I wanted to talk about is one that I've talked about before and one that I'm currently wearing. They are these Majuri duet hoops. I always butcher the name of these hoops because I bought them in store at their Abbot Kinney location, and I can never remember if they're called the duet hoops or the dual hoops. I'm pretty sure they're duet hoops. In case you didn't know, I'm a Majuri affiliate. I've been an affiliate with them for over a year now, which is very exciting. And I purchased these in store at one of their like in-store shopping events, and I spent my own money on these and I just love them. I love the stacked look of them. These earrings were mentioned in my most worn items of summer video, but I've honestly been wearing these all year. They've easily become my everyday hoop. I think I spent around $128 on these. I can't be too sure. And I don't even think they sell them anymore, which is honestly very heartbreaking, but I really love Majuri. I've only had really positive experiences shopping with Majuri. Most of my earrings are from that brand, and my ears are very sensitive to like gold plated or like just plated jewelry in general, and these have never given me a problem at all. Probably, let me just take them off to show them to you. I literally have worn these in like every video this year. Anyways, this is what they look like. Please don't Don't pay attention to my nails. Thank you. But yeah, this is what they look like. They're definitely a fave of the year, and I definitely want to find a pair in like a silver tone. It's going to be a little bit difficult since Madrid doesn't carry these hoops anymore, but I do want to find like a stacked kind of like silver hoop earring situation for 2023. Okay, moving on from fashion favorites, I'm going to talk about a couple lifestyle things that I've really been enjoying. The next thing I wanted to talk about are the AirPod Maxes. Now, I am someone who never thought she would own the AirPod Maxes, mostly because they are the same price as like a mid-tier designer handbag, and I was like, I could get a handbag or I could get headphones. Ended up getting headphones. So basically, when I was traveling this year, I went to the Philippines to visit my grandparents, and on the flight home, I ended up rupturing this eardrum. Luckily, there's been no like long-lasting damage, but because of that experience, I've been so scared to put headphones in my ears, and I was like, I need to find headphones that are over the ear ASAP. So I ended up getting the AirPod Maxes in this lovely green shade, and honestly I tried to go a different route. I tried to get a pair of Sony headphones, but it ended up just like the experience was not for me, even though I had heard that like those headphones were a way better like audio quality than the AirPod Maxes. However, one thing that I really love about AirPods, or just like having anything in like the Apple ecosystem, is just like the way it seamlessly will transition between Apple devices. I work in social media, so I am constantly like going in between my phone and my computer, and my work computer is an Apple product, and obviously I have an iPhone. So one thing I really love about the AirPod experience in general is just the way it will seamlessly transition like on my computer to playing audio on my phone. And it's just something that I didn't realize I would take for granted until I was using a non-Apple headphone product. I don't know, I just really love these. I know some people love them for like the fashion of it all, but I will say I feel like they're both fashionable and very cute, but also very practical for me. I also realized that when I'm doing voiceovers on TikTok or doing anything on my phone, these just like hit different. I've been loving them so far. I mean, I'm still within my Apple warranty, so I can't tell you how it is if these break, but I will say that I love them so much. And I do love that these are easily detachable. They're magnetic and they're easily detachable for you to clean. So I really love that as well. And then I just have these like silicone pads on them so they don't scratch. But really enjoying this, and especially some of the big head, these extend quite a bit. So I don't feel like I'm ruining the integrity of the shape of these. So I really love these. But the last thing I wanted to talk about, which is something that's not really tangible, that I think was well worth the money this year, was an AMC A-list membership. I am someone who loves a movie. I mean, I did get a minor in cinematic arts, but I just love going to the movies all the time, and I finally bit the bullet during the summer and got the AMC A-list like subscription, and it honestly was a game changer. Honestly, I don't know why I adopted the AMC A-list so late. Like, I was someone who was fully on the movie pass train, so I definitely should have hopped on this one earlier. I have the plan where you pay like $25 a month and you can see up to 3 movies a week. I've yet to reach 3, but I have seen 2 movies a week some weeks this year. And I will say it was a really great investment, because honestly, if you watch like one movie, it basically pays for itself. I also feel like I was able to see so many more fun movies that I wouldn't have normally seen. Also, one of my favorite things to do is to go to the movies alone. I'm a huge fan of seeing movies or going to concerts by yourself. I feel like it builds character, but I also feel like it's just super fun because then you don't have to care about anyone's opinion except your own. You don't have to worry if anyone else is having fun except for yourself. Okay, gents. It was also eventually became a social thing because one of my best friends also ended up getting an AMC A-list subscription, and we would just like text each other. Like, they would text me like, hey, are you free tomorrow? Do you want to go see a movie? And I was like, yes, absolutely. I will see you at the Grove. I don't know, something about going to the movies and getting yourself like overpriced popcorn or like a movie theater pretzel like just hits different and would literally increase my serotonin levels immediately. It was just like great excuse to like leave the house. I also have friends who've also been like, Tori, you keep telling me to see all these movies, like you literally are selling the AMC A-list to me. And I'm like, thank you so much, because heartbreak does feel good in a place like that. You know what I mean? Well, those are my top 7 purchases of the year. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know what you purchased this year that you thought was really worth your money, really worth your bang for your buck. I would love to know. As always, if you want to see more of me, feel free to follow me on Instagram. I was posting on TikTok, but then I had a crisis about how aesthetically pleasing my life is, and then I stopped posting on TikTok, but I still periodically post on TikTok. Or if you want to know what I'm reading, feel free to follow me on Storygraph. And yeah, that's it for the self promo. I'll see you for the next one. Bye.